Hello everybody, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I'm just going to do a very quick run over an update on my tropical fruit plants rather than my regular root plants, see how they're all going. It's the 12th of July, so it's almost in the middle of July, which effectively means the middle of summer. There's my first one, is my repotted seed growing Cherimoya. Seems to be doing well after the repotting. Doesn't have any flower buds on it yet. We'll run through the plants very quickly as time's short today and I've got a lot to do. So have a quick look at the label on this one. So that's my Cherimoya Gefner there. That does have a flower bud on it. In front of it is my Sapodilla. Lost all its old leaves but has put new ones on, so I'm hoping that the roots are recovering at the moment. Very, very slow growing, the Sapodillas. In front of it I've got my Canistel, which is an egg fruit plant. That's a Papaya. Putting on new shoots on the end of all of the stems now. Hard to get the camera to focus, but it lost nearly all its leaves, but the new shoots are coming out nicely. In front of that we've got my strawberry guava, Psidium Cattleyanum, and that's the red strawberry guava or red cherry guava, that particular one, depending on where you are. In front of that I've got a tropical papaya, Carica papaya. It's doing quite well, hasn't liked the cold weather we've had for the last few weeks. At the back here I've got my ice cream bean, that's Inga. Thought it's labelled as a do list, but the experts all tell me it's the other one, Fei, I think it's pronounced. And behind that I've got my second seed grown Cherimoya, which has got flower buds on it. Coming down to the front I've got a very sickly looking longan. Not happy with the state of that, hasn't really grown for a year and the leaves are looking very poorly, so I'm going to possibly do a root investigation on that later today and see if it needs repotting and the roots need cleaning up and treating. I've got several tamarillos growing here of different sizes. Another one at the front, and they're going to feature in a video, standalone video on tamarillos later, because I'm going to try some pruning experiments with them. Behind that I've got another Cherimoya, which is one that I repotted last week because it had the shaky hand. I needed to switch to two hands. I was trying to hold the tablet with one. Hopefully it's going to recover after being repotted because the roots are in a poor state. Behind that I've got my Babaco, which is just starting to get its first flower buds now. It was actually flowering by early July last year and I did get fruits on it. The leaves haven't really grown very well. I don't know if it's pot bound or had some root rot or needed more feeding, but it's been a bit slow to recover and the leaves are much smaller than last year, but I'm hoping that I'll get some growth on that in the next few weeks. Coming down the front here I've got a seedling Brugmansia, so that's an angel's trumpet. Leaves are mottled, it's got red spider mite on it, so I'll be treating that today, but that was one I took from a cutting in water. Behind it I've got my rose apple, which is putting on new growth. I'll feature that in a standalone video so we can look at it properly later. More tamarillos. In the back there we've got my kumquats that's recovering from a bare root treatment in the shade. It's doing really nicely. Lots of new growth on it, it's looking pretty healthy. This is my Keat mango here. Hasn't enjoyed the cold weather. Once again we've had a cold spell in June and July which has really set it back, although the leaves haven't fallen off, but it's really not growing very well. Another one I think has probably got root issues. Hidden away down at the back there and not growing very well, actually starting to show a bit of growth now, is my guava. I think I might pull that out into the sun. That's a stone ruby, which I believe is a pink fruited guava, so I think that deserves to come out in the sun to give it more of a chance. My seedling Lachi there, well I say seedling, that was a rootstock because the original grafted one got snapped off in transit. Hasn't grown as well this summer as last year. There's a named Lachi at the back there. I think it's acquire my pink, never really done the thing. I think it's another one that might have the wrong soil in it, so we might have to investigate the issue with that one. This is another owner at the front. This is Cherimoya Madeira. Grows but very slowly, so not amazing. Got a passion fruit here which is slowly adapting to outside life. I think this one's Tarminiana, which is a pink flowered one. Banana passion fruit. Another Tamarillo. My grapefruit, which is Star Ruby, has a fair number of flowers on it now. Pleased with the fact that the leaves have been a bit yellowy, so I have been feeding it to see if I can improve them, but despite that it's still flowering. And it also has, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, it does have a couple of fruits hanging on it still, which have been on it for several months, and I can't move the leaves out of the way because it means taking a hand off the camera. So that's the tropicals on that side. Over here I've got my rescue guava, which I think is a standard yellow or white guava, recovered very well from its root rot back in March, growing very strongly. Another Brugmansia behind it, which isn't of course a tropical fruit, highly poisonous, but that's the original one I had that the cutting came off. Chef Flare against, not a tropical fruit. Got a pineapple plant growing from a pineapple top there, which is still alive. And my Passiflora Edulis there, which is looking very yellow. I think that's had too much water because we had a lot of rain the last week or so. So that was just a very quick 5-minute or 6 or 7 minute rundown on my tropical fruits. I haven't featured the star fruit because it's still inside in its recovery habitat from its root rot, but it seems to be recovering. And my Jaboticaba's not out here because that's also in the rehabilitation centre. So that's just a very quick update on my tropicals. Got a couple more inside, some more seedling Cherimoyas I'm growing as a miniature bonsai forest, a small longan which is starting to grow at last, and that other guava behind there is the lemon cherry guava or yellow cherry guava. So that was just a quick rundown on my tropicals. We've had a lot of cold weather, hasn't suited them, lots of winds, cold temperatures in the last 2 or 3 weeks, which apart from the strawberry guava and the ice cream beans really slowed them down. But I don't see any sign of any more deaths at the moment following the 2 or 3 that I lost over winter and some of the root rot problems I've had on them, which I think I'll gradually get sorted. Anyway, thank you for watching everybody. Please remember to like the video. Welcome to share it if you know anyone who might be interested. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to get further updates on these plants and my other tropicals and my exotic fruits in the garden, then please remember to click the bell and you will get updates. Brett out for now. Catch up with you all in the next video.